Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Happy Wednesday. And so today, instead of waiting until Friday to do a video, I decided to do it today because SaleABration is going to be ending tomorrow. And that'll be your last day to get any free SaleABration products. And if I wait till Friday, it'll be over. And that's October 1st. And as much as I love October, I wanted you to get in on some of the SaleABration items that you maybe haven't gotten. But if you have gotten the awesome, beautifully penned designer series paper as one of your free items, I want you to get it out and use it. It is fabulous. It is the cutest paper. And so today what I decided was I'm going to use that paper and I'm going to do a technique called a tunnel card. So I thought just combine those two things together and do a technique and also use it up a video. So the paper is the 12 by 12 designer series paper, right? And I've used quite a bit of it, but I still have some left. And I thought today was going to be the day I'm going to make a cute card. So let's get started today. And I am going to show you how to make a tunnel card. Okay, so the paper is, as you know, it's black and white. And the one side is more of the dark side and the other side is the lighter side. And so this is great for using your blending brushes. You can, I should mention that I didn't have a lot of luck using my blend markers because when you color on this, the dark side kind of shows through. All right, so I decided today to use my regular markers. And these are the 2021 through 2023 marker pack. And all 5 of the in colors are in here. And if you haven't used your markers lately, I mean, because we use our blends a lot, right? We seem to kind of migrate to the blends or what's the newest product. But these markers are water-based. They're awesome. And so today we're going to use these on our card. Okay, so I am using this piece of designer series paper. It has the awesome hand-penned flower on one side, which saves you from having to stamp, and then the other side is the black and white. Okay, so we're going to actually use both sides of this to make our card. So get out your beautifully penned designer series paper and start using it. Okay, so how do you make a tunnel card? Well, the main thing you need to do first is decide which circles you want to use and your image that you want to cut out. So I decided that with this paper, this flower can be the focal point. And so I went to my layering circles dies and I picked these 3 circles. Okay. So I'm going to place them on my card after I color it in. So the main thing I want to do first is color in my flowers. And I think I'm going to use pale papaya and the polished pink. I'm also going to use some of the succulent. I love, love, love soft succulent. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. So I'm just going to use the brush tip of my marker and I'm just going to color in a few of these flowers. So you kind of use the side, right, of the marker so that you don't mess up the tip. I'm just going to color in this one. And then I think I'll color in this one. So just like the blend markers, these are easy to use. There's no shading involved because we only have the one, right? With the blends, we have the dual markers that you can shade with. But with these, we just have the one. So we're going to color this in. And now I'm going to use the polished pink. And the cool thing about the in colors is that they all seem to really play well together. So, you know, there's the 5 colors. And is this going to be a test just to see? Evening Evergreen, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, Soft Succulent, and the fifth one is Fresh Freesia. That one always, never can remember that one, the name of it. That's the more of the lighter purple one. so I'm just going to color these in. Super easy, right? Hope you can see what I'm doing. Actually, I could pull the camera down a little bit for you. It would help. Okay. Then I'm going to use my soft succulent. So these are the dual tip, right? This is the very pointy tip. Kind of the writing tip, I call it. And then this is the brush tip. Now, these markers are not refillable. Okay, so once these are empty, they're empty. I do store them sideways. I store them like this because if you store them like this, then when you want to use, if there's any ink gone, then that little pointy tip won't have any ink, right? So, okay, done. Okay, so put those markers away. Now I am going to cut this out. And this is what makes the tunnel card. So what I'm going to do is layer this on here. And I picked 3 that were not right together. Okay, so there's that gap. That's what's going to make the tunnel. Okay. And then I'm going to put it into my cut and emboss. Okay, I'm going to bring it up here. Okay. I think I can raise this up a little now for you so you're not like right on top of it. Oops, sorry. That probably made you dizzy, didn't it? Okay, so I'm going to put these in. I'm going to, if you have any of the tape, you can put your tape on now, but I'm not going to, I think I can make this work without the tape. Okay. And the way that I do it is I just lay it on there. I put my plate in like this, squeeze, and start cutting. Okay. So now what I have is one circle on the floor, which is fine. Get that later. So I have my piece. I have my large circle, my middle circle, and my center circle, and my dies. I have 2 dies. One's on the floor. I'll get it. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to start making my tunnel card. I'm going to use a piece of, before I do that, I'm going to flip it over, okay? And this is actually going to get glued to a piece of black cardstock. Okay, so this is how I'm going to use both sides of the designer series paper. So I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to put a lot of glue on here because I don't want it to lift up. All right. Okay. So I think I'm just going to put this on like this. So what I cut was this black piece is 5 1/4 by 4. And the designer series paper is just slightly smaller. Okay. Now, what I want to do next is I want to make a tunnel. So I'm going to flip these over, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of 2 of them. And I'll tell you what, I have these black Stampin' dimensional combo pack. I hardly ever use them, and I'm like, well, I'm using black cardstock, black designer series paper. Let's go with it. So what's cool about these is that you get 2 sheets of the big and 2 sheets of the small. That's awesome. With the white ones, you have to buy either the large or the small, but with these, you get both. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these minis, the mini dimensionals, around the edge, and they are the perfect size for this. So I'm just going to put like 5 or 6 of these around the edge, making sure that the dimensional does not hang over. Okay, so I have that done. Then I'm going to take the big one and I'm going to use our foam adhesive strips. When was the last time you used these? But these are awesome because they are a little bit thicker than a regular dimensional. So they are perfect for your tunnel card. And if you don't have these, you can certainly still do this by just layering 2 dimensionals on top of each other. Okay, so just saying. But if you have these, get them out and use them. They're strips of adhesive. and you want to start, and you don't want to really pull too much because you don't want to distort your circle. You just want to bend them around. These are kind of designed for a shaker card. So if we were making a shaker card, we'd probably be doing the same type of thing. And I'm just going to start right here. And they're long, skinny, but I've used pieces of these, so. Okay. If you were making a shaker card, we would want that to touch because with a shaker card, you don't want any of the shaker stuff to come out, but we're not doing a shaker card today. So the first thing I'm going to do is just peel this away. All right, so I'm peeling the second part off, revealing the sticky. And I'm going to go ahead and place this in my circle. Okay. Then I'm going to take these off of my center circle. So this is the second one, right? The little skinny piece. And we're going to have to line this up. Keep putting these in the trash, right? Okay. Now, we want to line this up, so we need to twist it until we find the area. And I think the area is right here. Okay, so we're going to put this inside the circle and press it down because it's going to be just slightly lower than the outside circle. You can see that. Okay, so it does have that little, kind of like an eclipse card. You remember making an eclipse card? We all did that, right? And then I'm just going to put adhesive on this one, and I'm going to twist it around until I find the perfect spot. And is it, where is the perfect spot? I think it's right there. Yes, it's right there. Okay, I'm going to lay that, and I'm just going to glue that inside of that. So now you can see where the tunnel comes from, right? It looks like kind of like you're looking through a tunnel, and you can see that this one is lower. Okay, how cute is that? Now I am going to make a saying because I think it needs something. So I have a little piece of pale papaya cardstock, and I'm going to use The World Needs More of You from Free as a Bird stamp set. And I'm going to stamp black memento ink on the pale papaya cardstock. And I'm going to kind of center it because I'm going to show you my trick. Well, first of all, I don't have a problem making the fishtail because all I do is I go up, right? And then I go into the cut and into the cut. That's how you make a perfect fishtail. But I do want this to tuck under here. So I am going to kind of do a little curve. And I'm going to hide this underneath here like that. Okay. And I think I'm going to cut it just a little bit smaller. And I'm not going to pop it up or anything. I'm just going to tuck it under like that. All right. Now it needs a card base. So I think I'm going to do the pale papaya card base because I have some pale papaya going on. So I'm going to go ahead and, so this is 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive on here. And I messed that up because I hit my scissors as I was going. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, that's not even straight, Trevis. Not a very good fold. There we go. So this is going to layer nicely. And I do think it needs some bling. And I'm going to use the 2021-23 In Color Jewels. Okay, so these are the In Color Jewels, all 5 colors. And I am just going to use, I have a pack here that I've used some up. So I am going to use several of these. And I always use odd numbers. So we have the large and the small. So I'm going to do soft succulent. A couple of those. I'm going to do some pale papaya. I'll do a couple. I want your eye to go all around this card, right? So by doing the bling like that, I think you're going to get a lot of view around the tunnel. So I hope you enjoyed this card today, and I hope you get out your product and use it up. If you haven't placed a SaleABration order and you're interested in getting this paper, it's still available. There are a couple items that are depleted. The Bedazzled cardstock and the sheep dyes are sold out, but this paper is still available as of today, I believe. So I hope that that you get your paper out and start using it. Thanks for watching today, and talk to you later. Bye.